Welcome to another episode of Let's Think About It. And today we're going to think and talk about what President Donald Trump has announced. The imposition of a 25% tariff on imports from Canada, effective February 1, 2025, which is supposedly tomorrow. The stated objectives are to address concerns related to illegal immigration, fentanyl trafficking, and trade imbalances. Let's start with you, Dal. What do you think is going to happen to Canadian economy if this is happening?
This is happening.
It looks like we're going to be the 51st state real quick, right?
Yeah. Do you think he's doing that on purpose to make us?
I don't know. I heard this somewhere where it's like he's just doing this on purpose. His whole purpose of doing this is to make an economic union, so it could strengthen the U.S. dollar more
and make our dollar weak.
Well,
our dollar
would go, right? If we do an economic union,
it's what $1.40 right now or $1.50?
$1.50. That's what the conversion.
That's crazy. That's actually pretty bad.
So it's pretty bad.
I might cancel my trip to Seattle.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. How do you think it's going to impact the economy, Raj?
Oh, so many different things. I mean, they already did this back in 2018 when trade agreements were changed, and this was basically for steel and other industries, which did impact a lot of things here.
Fuck, you did your research today?
Yeah, I did.
And
now that it's going on, like overall,
on everything,
I think it's gonna not look too good for Canadians.
But they're planning on tariffing everyone, right? Any goods coming into any
even China,
US,
Mexico,
everyone.
Right?
Mexico and Canada is 25% off the bat right now, right?
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
So it's I don't know the implications long term, but short term, it's gonna distress a lot of people and a lot of jobs will be lost.
Avenue's gonna be
shut down,
almost,
right?
because that's a pretty hefty amount, right? So
exactly. Once the dollar starts crippling, though, that'll probably.
But would that affect our mortgage rates?
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, that'll probably
in a better way.
No, not in a better. Well, interest rates will come down. So
So
exactly.
So when interest rates come down, that means mortgage gets better, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, just saying for the people.
Misheard.
Yeah.
I think that's the relief plan.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that whatever the government did during COVID to take it easy on people.
Yeah.
This might drop the rates sooner than later,
right?
So that there's like some form of stability in the market.
Let me ask you. So whosoever's in the market now, obviously our market is very, very, very dependent on investors. Yeah. Now, when they see the interest rates going down, would that fuck up the market?
I don't know. Not anymore because there's immigration policies that changed.
Right.
Because investors thrive on rent.
Right.
And if there's no
rent
newcomers,
is so bad right now.
Exactly. If there's no newcomers coming and renting, that's going to impact the prices.
There is Surrey Central at one point was renting 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartments, $2,900 a minimum.
Yeah,
bro. Yeah. Few of my clients they bought a few properties, empty units from the past 2-3 months. Yeah, not even one single person has even inquired at $2,500-$2,600.
Yeah.
So it's pretty bad.
Yeah, even
keep your tenants happy, hey? Please.
Yeah. It's even coming down to now it's $2,200 or something like that, right?
That's messed up.
So I mean,
that's messed up.
It's a good time to be.
Bro, basement suites were renting for $2,400-$2,500 at one point. 2-bedroom.
Yeah. We had our 1-beds rented for $1,600, right?
It's because of you people that the fucking shit's going down right now. $1,600 for 1-bedroom bath.
I know. I was just reading this article actually. That's why I pulled it up. A lot of. I think the implications will also be reversed as well because Canada helps US a lot as well.
It does, but I feel I think what he said, I think that might be his actual plan where he just wants to
make a union.
Yeah, and just show people that
negotiate. This is just his negotiation tactic.
Yeah. His power is very high, right? Negotiation power is very high.
He's anchoring at a very high interest rate so that when he does the actual ask, it seems like, okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Right? Because everyone wants to keep their sovereignty, right? But when you go look at it, everyone's down to okay, if it's a union, everyone's like, yeah. But if it's being the 51st state, everyone's like, no.
Exactly. So he's trying to do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
But he's from a different angle.
He's a cool guy, though, if you think about it.
Very cool.
Nelk Boys and him, have you seen the videos? In the plane, they were chugging beers and stuff. I would like to do that one day.
He wasn't drinking a beer, was he?
He was. He was hammered.
No
it's in their video.
Oh wow, that's cool.
It's during the campaign. He had 6-7 beers.
Maybe we'll do it one day.
Oh wow, I haven't had a beer in a long time.
Yeah,
not the beer man, just
okay.
Private jet Donald Trump beer.
Yeah.
Who knows?
A beer right now would have been nice too.
Hopefully, you saw that part where you said, "Oh, he's a cool guy."
Yeah. If you do.
Okay. That being said, another breaking news was that capital gains tax deferment till 2026 now.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? What is this?
वो scheme लगती भी पीछे. I'm telling
so
you,
funny
man.
to me,
There's
man.
something happening.
So what I understand,
Yeah.
what happened,
Right.
I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this. When this was approved,
Mm.
it wasn't regulated properly. So somebody
No,
questioned it.
it was supposed to come intact on January 1st.
Yeah.
It's already in effect, but now
Yeah.
it's not anymore.
Yeah.
So
Just because it
for
wasn't
that
properly
1 month.
done. The process.
Oh, that's the thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
fair
because I was looking, it would apply to people that even bought like last year. Should have been starting from the
It just-
timeline when it goes into
Yeah.
effect, right?
No, I
Not to
think-
the previous
enough. No,
properties.
it didn't. I don't think it did.
It did. It
It
applied
did?
to previous properties as well.
I feel like that's, again, our economy, especially Vancouver's economy.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if you look at Ontario and everything, there's logistics and everything which are pretty high in terms of business. Our Vancouver economy is basically real estate.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the top, like, like percentage where the money is coming from to top tier people. But I feel like this is probably just another
Yeah, we don't really
technique.
have any growth in any other
So
sector.
yeah, because
a
we
little bit
have
of
real
film
estate,
industry and
yeah.
stuff like that, but no major companies are coming here and investing here, right? We
Right.
don't really, I mean, especially with the taxes being so high here, so people don't even want to come here, right?
Yeah, people that are here, they don't want to be here anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me being one of them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your what would you do if you don't want to live in this beautiful British Columbia and Vancouver where the supply is so little and demand is so high, Dal?
I'm moving to the States. It's only a
Whereabouts are you
matter of
thinking?
time. Either Texas or California. More than likely it'll be Texas.
Because of the tax or
Yeah,
just
low tax, very low income tax. Houses are cheap. A lot of
opportunity, right? I looked into
opportunity.
I was talking
Yeah.
about Section 8 housing
Mhm.
recently.
Yeah.
Dude, I looked into the entire program. Unfortunately, you can't invest because you're not a U.S. resident.
Mm.
But it's basically, if people who don't know, I
Give
just
me a year.
discovered
I don't
that-
know, yeah.
Give me a year, I'll invest.
Again, this guy is he still our host? Interrupts
For about a year now, I
Yeah,
guess.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Glad you
wow,
won't
wow.
be, yeah.
So our host, let me go back to my thought because I lose my train of thought pretty quickly.
Okay.
Section 8 housing. It's basically in a year you're going to do, right? So
Yeah.
we'll invest with him. You buy a property.
Mhm.
The rent is guaranteed by the
Mhm.
government. On the government's
Like
website.
subsidy housing?
Basically,
Okay.
it's lower than the market rent.
Yeah.
That's why they're like, we'll guarantee you.
Got it.
So no matter what the hell is happening with your property,
Mhm.
even if it's not rented, but the Section 8 housing has taken over,
Yeah.
you get your rent.
Oh, okay.
And these houses are cheap.
And they just sublet it to other
Yeah,
people?
yeah.
They sublet to the people who actually need it.
Like the
That's why
people
they
that
were
need
paying
the
low
income
rent.
assistance and stuff like
Got
that.
it. Got it.
Those
That's pretty
houses
cool.
are insane. You can get them for like 5,000, 10,000 down, right?
Yeah,
And
it's like
they're, like,
$60,000,
pretty
$70,000.
Yeah. Livable
Somebody was
homes.
telling me, a good friend of ours, Tejas, he does
Mm.
wholesaling in the States.
Right.
He just picked up a property
Yeah.
for 25 grand
Yeah, man.
and he sold it for 35.
Imagine
Yeah.
doing wholesaling in Surrey. Paji 1.3 million liya. Tusi 13-15 de do sanu.
Yeah, wholesaling, that's another topic I actually wanted
Yeah.
to talk about today. What's your knowledge about wholesaling?
Wholesaling,
Real estate.
I mean, I know people do that in the
That do it.
States. It's because I think the acquisition cost is so much more lower.
Yeah.
It would be really nice business to run, but in Canada, in
Yeah,
Vancouver
I
especially, it's not possible.
Yeah, I don't think it's there's no way. How much capital would you need to be
Our
a wholesaler here,
our
right?
market is also very, very highly volatile.
Yeah.
Like it moves up and down pretty drastically.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good workaround for people that are looking to do a side hustle and don't have a real estate license.
But you should tell them that too. Like we actually help you sell your home
Yeah,
pretty
to
quickly
wholesalers.
if you're distressed.
Yeah, exactly. So there's
Yeah.
what we do in our business, and like you both know, but it's for people that are watching. We try
It's
to
podcast
source
for
you.
the people.
We try to source you a cash offer
Right.
if you work with us within 7 days.
Right.
So let's just say somebody's really struggling. There's tax liens on the property, or
Right.
their mortgage payments are behind, or they're about to go into a foreclosure.
Which
And-
is
which is a lot of people.
foreclosures are
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
high right now.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
So reach out to us, because what we do is
604-355-701.
we have a network of these flippers and wholesalers.
Right.
And full disclosure, they're not going to pay you market value, but which is why they're able to offer you a cash offer
Right.
and close in as little as 30 days if it really comes down to it,
Yeah.
is because they're going to fix it and they're going to do repairs and
obviously they're
going
looking
to
for
put
a
it back
premium.
on the market.
Right.
So they're looking for their margins. But for somebody that doesn't care about the profit, they just want to get out of that property.
Right, get in
It's a
touch with us.
no-brainer offer, right? And if that doesn't work for you, we can obviously, based on our years of experience and after selling, 400 or 500 homes now, we can give you professional advice about
Right.
what you can actually get if you were to go on the market.
And if you list it with us, again, not a promo, but you get a guarantee as well. So if we don't
Yeah.
sell it within that time frame, we'll talk to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
I mean, that's something that benefits a lot of people that are in that situation.
right.
But people that are looking to, get top dollar, have the holding capacity.
That's different.
For them,
yeah.
they shouldn't be even dealing with cash offers or
Right.
wholesalers. But the whole concept of somebody making a cash offer is
to
that
get something at a lower price than the market
exactly
value.
because
Right.
that's what they do for a living,
Right.
right? So I know some very successful wholesalers that flip 2, 3, 4, 5 properties a week,
Right.
right? And they do this Canada wide.
This
So
Canada-wide, but I think this avenue of business in terms of people who actually need the help, it's
Yes.
good for people.
exactly,
I feel like, again, I'll talk about something similar topic, assignments.
yeah,
So when the market was so hot, people were making money around 3 to 400K within days, right?
within weeks, yeah,
But at the same time, people were so hesitant because that other person made a profit. But I think people kind of forget about it. But like if you're in a position that you can't hold the property, if someone took the property off your hands, it's done.
exactly. It's
And
better
you
than going into a
shouldn't-
foreclosure, right?
Right. So if they have someone lined up, they have a premium that they want to make, that's a completely different liability they took.
And I think they deserve it because they're also taking the risk.
Right. So if someone's
They're tying up their cash, and
Yeah.
who knows what if they don't succeed at flipping the property?
our
you're stuck
real
with
estate
it.
is not something which is like a straight scale, right? It's like up
Exactly.
and down and stuff. Yeah.
So if somebody does that professionally, then and if you are in a situation where you need to get out, then I mean it's not a bad option.
Yeah, but with the assignments right now, everyone's selling at a loss too, right? So
No, I'm talking
Yeah.
about. I'm not talking about assignments of new development. I'm talking
Yeah.
about assignments of like old homes.
original contracts.
Like
Bro,
resale-
in
resale
front of
assignment.
me,
Yeah, yeah.
we in 2021 when the market was like just nuts, there was a site in Surrey. The site sold for $4.9 million, like at nighttime, right? In the morning, I got a call. I'm like, hey, this the site is available for 5.2. So whatever, the numbers were still great,
Yeah.
right? So I call my client. He's on board. This guy left his other site, went there to see the site. He's like, done. Let's send an offer. That site was assigned by 5 p.m. at 5.25.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's
So
300
people, when
something K
people
in,
made
like,
money
less than an hour.
in 2021, people made money.
Yeah.
So like that and that, like one person.
So do you think that can happen again? Because with the rates going down and the tariffs being imposed, will people take advantage? Because this is not a
People will take
permanent
advantage.
setting.
People
This
will
is
take
not a
advantage.
permanent setting.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like everyone's gonna come back and it's gonna be COVID.
I
all
know.
over again.
I know
Yeah.
some very, very, very high network people.
Yeah.
They haven't bought anything because
They're
they're waiting.
Exactly.
They have cash ready. They're just like.
Go. Yeah, here.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's only a
Yeah.
matter of
And
time. right?
honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. If you are in the
They
market,
timed the market better than you. So
exactly.
don't
That's
be mad
what they
about it.
have been doing for a long
Yeah.
time, right?
Yeah.
So, and I feel like there's such a big stigma behind someone else making profit out of your property. I get it, but at the same time, they are also taking the liability too.
I think it's just psychological. People are more concerned about what the neighbors are making
Than I'm making.
Then it's just worry about yourself.
If I'm stuck, when I was stuck in my house,
Yeah, yeah,
bro,
yeah.
my payment went from $4,200 to $9,000 a month on a rancher that
Yeah.
has a rent coming of $2,000 because it's an old rancher. I was
Yeah.
planning on building a house.
Yeah.
Life went a different route, right? So we
Yeah.
decided not to build
Yeah.
a house. But then I told them, like, yo, like, I need to sell this property. Even if I take a loss, I take a loss, right? It's fine.
Yeah.
But they, what's it called? In terms of like, if they bought a property off me, and if I lost like money, is fine. If they sell it for a higher price to someone, I don't care. Like, I still
It
got
is
out of
what it
a,
is, right?
out of a problem that it could get bigger and bigger because I was paying
Right.
so much interest.
Exactly.
So if you're in a position you need to sell something, you need to sell something.
What's your experience with when it comes to assignments, wholesaling?
Yeah, I mean, especially the last year, all I've seen is people taking losses, right? So
Even,
yeah,
even this year too,
yeah,
it's not
too.
something.
So I mean, like it's been nice for the people that are purchasing them because they're buying them at a lower price, and obviously by next year, or sorry, maybe even this year, probably summertime, those properties are gonna bounce back around, and everyone's gonna be making.
And
50,
now the
60,
tax
right?
also has been extended.
Exactly. So that makes it
yeah,
so people
yeah.
can.
People
flip
will
those.
take advantage.
Yeah.
of
So
it,
now
for
people
sure.
are gonna flip all those properties, right?
Right.
So now, like, but the problem here is like those people that bought thinking that the values are gonna be worth 50, 60,000 more than they were originally worth, right? So I mean, get yourself a realtor that knows that the market might crash.
See, I have a problem with this sentence. I'll tell you why. I truly believe when the market is busy, people also get a big FOMO.
Yeah.
Like, I think realtors have been blamed. Again, every realtor, I know people who have forced people to buy something,
Yeah.
which is very bad. Obviously, you shouldn't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like your realtor can only do as much.
Right.
I feel
You
like
still have the control end of the day.
But like, how many times have you seen like, oh, my realtor's a part timer and he disappeared. Now I can't hear anything from him and he bought me this.
Well, that's a
and-
you problem. You picked the wrong guy.
Exactly. I think, in
You
my
should have
opinion,
researched your agent.
in my opinion, it's in our industry, especially in our culture. I think the hearsay of other people is so massive. Like if I tell you, "Oh Raj, maine paise bana le," right?
Yeah.
First thing, I'm not gonna tell you how I made the money. First thing that's gonna happen to you, you're gonna go home, you're gonna talk to people, and they go, "Aapa bhi karte hain." It's just an automatic thing, right? So I know an agent. He sold 2 houses to his family. And they bought 2 properties side by side on the same street, which was obviously, you shouldn't do that if you're trying to invest your money. The buyer's account was buyer's original home was mortgage free. So they took a line of credit on a house. They bought 2 properties on the same street for 1.7 million. And those both houses are worth 1.3 right now.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So those type of investments, also as a obviously realtor, you should advise them.
Yeah.
But like I feel like
But
people
here's
should
the
also
thing, okay? Here's the thing. Realtors get blamed for almost everything that happens in their client's life. Even if somebody's going through a divorce, it's probably a realtor's fault.
कार खराब देता था ना.
Right? But here's my question now to those people that blame their realtors. And I'm not trying to be biased because I am one. But I'm just trying to understand this better. When you invest with a realtor, right? And unless your realtor is deceiving you and not giving you facts and figures, different story.
That's a different story, yeah.
Fire them and hire somebody else.
Right.
But if somebody's being super honest with you that, hey, if you buy this, I cannot guarantee you what's going to happen in 3 years.
That's what's missing.
But this is what's happening today. Now, if that property was to make a profit in 2 years,
They don't go back
would you
to
blame your realtor?
No.
But if it's going to make a loss, you're going to go jump on their
I feel like,
yard that, hey, it's because of you that we lost this money.
I think
I feel like, I was going to say people, I don't think the agents that are those part-timers or whatever, I don't think they're educating their clients enough, or the clients aren't
honesty is missing.
or they're not getting it, or they're not educated, right? They're just kind of jumping into it, hoping it kind of hits, right?
Right.
Especially, but they don't have the capacity to hold these properties, which a lot of people, like you were
Again,
saying, a lot pulling line of credit, blah, blah, right? But you got to be able to like hold it if the market turns, right?
Exactly.
I think it comes down to the fact where, again, I think it's very, very big in our culture. If someone did it, I want to do it too. I think that mentality is very dangerous. And
It's delusional. People are just like...
People have experienced that now, obviously.
Exactly.
Right? So,
yeah.
je $2 million ka nahi lena, nahi hunda, afford na lo.
Exactly.
Get something that's you're happy with, right?
Exactly.
Like, any case, you bought a house, you bought a car, main bhi lena nahi
But that's more of like a cultural thing.
I've seen that in my own family as well.
Yeah, it's more like a cultural thing.
It is very common, but I feel like...
They're like, if you can do it, I can do it too, right?
I mean, you can take it as a good thing too. Like, you know, it can work as motivation as well. But at the same time, I feel like I don't think one person is there to blame. I feel like it's the whole situation. Like, it's a very big factor too, right? So, but honestly, like, one thing I don't like about our industry is the same concept of videos. Like, it's just like, for example, if there's one pre-sale, for example, right? Let's say it's like a decent price, right? Agents have taken that one pre-sale. They have marketed to people that have bought already.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Salo, thoda ja, you know, it's fine. But like, I feel like you should buy something where you should buy.
No, 100%. You should always check like for your feasibility first.
Right.
And then do it. I mean, it depends on your risk tolerance, right? Like I actually just met with a client this morning. And they're like, we've got $1 million set aside for an investment, but we don't want to buy real estate. What else can we do with it?
Businesses?
Right? I'm like, well, why don't you look into a MIC? They're like, what is that? Is it like a GIC? I'm like, no, it's very different from GIC. GIC is low risk. MIC is a medium risk thing. It's mortgage investment, right? Corporation, you go into private lending.
Right.
You give your money to other people to buy something. And you're getting 10 to 12% return on that.
Yeah.
Probably more right now.
No, it's 10 to 12% right now, averaging for the last 10 years.
So $1 million would make you how much?
$100K.
Month.
Every year. Annually. Annual payouts. So if you have $1 million to invest into even a property. So we did this comparison, right? And I'm like, I don't want to just make that commission off of you. I want to give you honest advice. Right. And they're older. They're elderly, right? They're like, we don't want to take this risk of owning a property. Because getting out of a property can be a nightmare, this and that. I'm like, okay, let's just do the math then, right? I'm like, if you do $1 million purchase for a detached property in Abbotsford, Surrey, if you're lucky, Langley, if you're lucky, you'll maybe get one, Rancher or whatever. Right. But if you find something for $1 million in Abbotsford, Chilliwack area, they're like, we only want to buy detached. I'm like, okay, fine, let's just do the math. $1 million in Chilliwack will buy you a house with a basement suite, development potential down the road. Maybe you'll get 5-6 grand rent from that, right? Plus you're getting potential appreciation every month if markets stay steady, which more than likely they will. I mean, even through the worst time in the history of our interest rates and economy, prices didn't drop. They were steady. For the last 3 years, prices haven't changed.
Yeah,
They've been
if
where
you
they were.
if you take 2021 out,
Exactly, right? So, okay, you make $6,000 a month, you're $1 million in, you have no mortgage, no nothing, that's your income, right? That's making you $60,000 a year, plus maybe 72 grand a year. Yeah, good math on that. I did it based on January, February being gone. So the 10
Why would you do that?
Because they're looking to do it now. So anyways, different topic.
Why
then we did the math.
Why don't you do annually from February then?
Okay, fair enough, man. February to February, 72. But then we did the math on this MIC, where the return is 10 to 12%, 10 on the lower end. You're better off putting your money there, because not like there's any clear indication of if that $1 million home will be worth 1.1 next year.
Even the tenants too, like they can also leave. So
exactly,
$6,000 is not guaranteed.
Exactly. This is more of like a medium risk,
right?
And you can cash out with a 2 months notice. So if you need the funds for anything,
plus if they default, you get the house anyways, right?
Exactly. No, so how MICs work, bro? You're not going after just one person. They have a pool of funds.
It's
like a REIT,
you
right?
can.
But you get, I guess, you get to register on the title because you're part of the person.
The company goes on, not you.
Fair enough.
So it's very safe, actually. So how it works is what they explained it to me. Sorry, Dal, you can speak after this. But how it works, so this company.
I think everyone's in a mood today to cut people off today.
This company that we met with today, they have $200 million in their portfolio right now, from 58 different investors. So what they do is actually
do they need
very
a realtor?
smart. Huh?
Do they need a realtor?
No.
Fair enough.
What they do is, this is mostly just private lending, right? What they do is they see the delinquency rate, which is roughly 4 to 5%, so default. Because these are, again, people that more or less couldn't get approved anywhere else, right? They do the math year end. So even profit, loss, whatever it is, and even then their averages are 10 to 12%, bro.
Oh, wow.
Which is like, if you have $1 million to put away, you put away into MIC, and you're guaranteed making $100K a year. 100%.
Right.
The beauty is, if you don't want the money, right, you can leave it in there. Next year, your balance is 1.1.
It just accumulates.
And if you need to take out 20, 30 grand, you can take it out as a dividend.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty cool. It was good to know.
Something good to know. Yeah.
Nice.
Dal, what were you saying?
I was just saying what I was about to actually say.
Okay, say it then.
Yeah. So the way I understood it, like before, was that the way it works is you get like your first mortgage, second mortgage, blah, 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 right? So if you're the first on title, right, as the insurer primary mortgage, right, you have the option to purchase.
You do. That's right.
Right?
Yeah, so the company will have the option to purchase.
But doesn't that default onto you if you want the option?
No. Because they're investing, it's like a bank. It's like a private bank.
Yeah,
it's like, for example, Surrey Corporation is the owner of this hedge fund, right? I don't know if you can call it a hedge fund, but you get the point. Right? And then if you are the second lender, then you don't get the priority. He's right.
Yeah.
You only get the priority if you're the first lender.
Yeah, the first lender.
So first lender, for example, if half the mortgage is with someone else, so then you can still go on the lien as a title.
So this was a question I had for the guys that I met today.
Right.
They're like, we only do first mortgages.
Fair enough. Makes sense.
So they're like, we don't even do a second mortgage.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. So
they want to make sure their investors are safe.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
Right.
I might invest in it, man. Like, think about it as guaranteed money.
I want to know who you met with.
I can tell you that after.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And I think in terms of what you guys looking at the market since it's been a month already, this month was super long for some fucking reason.
Yeah, it felt long, right?
It's still there.
Yeah, like
January 21st.
I know, but like last year flew by. This month so
last year you had so many events in your life, right?
Yeah. So
it was a longer month because of a lot of different things that happened. Alignment of stars. Earth is moving in a different direction.
Is that the...
I don't know, I'm just making it up, but it could be. Who knows?
Yeah.
But did you guys see that? And we'll end the podcast after this. Did you guys see the planets on 25th?
Oh, no. I totally forgot about it.
I got a chance to see it. It was cool, man.
You have a telescope at home?
Around 6 p.m. No, man. You could see it from your phone, naked eye, bro. I saw Saturn actually with the rings around it.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to Crescent Beach around 6:30. And that was the alignment time. And you could actually see it with your eyes.
Like 8 planets?
Not 8 of them. 5 of them were visible to the naked eye.
Yeah.
Right.
And they weren't like aligned.
No, you were still wearing your glasses or your contacts. So technically, you didn't see with the naked eye, pal.
Sure.
Your facts are not being facts
today. I saw
today.
it with my contacts, right?
Yeah.
But you could actually clearly see it.
So you used your lenses, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it was pretty cool, man. Like,
so
it made me feel like there's more to life than...
So from sky, come down to the land, right? Let's talk about real estate. How was this month? How was this market? What do you guys think? And what have you guys observed so far?
It wasn't too busy for me personally.
3 things
this
from
month.
each. Okay,
wasn't too busy this month. And that's the reality of this business. You're not going to do 10 deals a month always. You know
what? When I started, I thought I would.
Yeah.
And I racked up my credit card.
Like that.
quite higher than I should have.
I did 2 firm deals this month, and I'm happy about that, which is
Right.
not so bad. You know, how about yourself?
It's been kind of a slow month, but hoping
We
it
were
picks
spending
up.
time
Yeah,
with family
yeah.
and
Right.
everything, right?
But yeah, I mean, really, the first 2 weeks wasn't really working. So
Right.
Yeah,
the
so-
last 2 weeks is.
I feel like the
But like you're starting to see more buyers, right? So
I
that's
feel like
good.
there's action, but there's
Yeah.
no execution. Like people are
Pe- pe-
calling,
yeah, people are calling, but
their
not,
phones
yeah.
ringing, but no one's like,
People are scared,
"Paji,
man.
offer bado."
People are
A lot of
scared.
questions.
A lot of like uncertain
Mm,
things
I think
that are
that's why
happening.
they're
I'm
asking so
glad
many
you guys
questions,
answered the
right?
question because you guys never asked me the fucking questions.
Shall I
Wow.
answer the question?
You asked me the question then properly.
What was the question?
Wow.
How's your
How-
January
how-
been
how-
so far?
yeah.
man?
Thank you. So I had like a few people that I was following up with.
Yeah.
So I have like 4 contracts under contract.
Four
Four
deals
deals
under
under
contract.
contract. Oh, see, this guy's
Yeah.
picking up on it. But I feel like the clients, which are builder and developer, they're back with aggressive offers.
Yeah.
So they're just like, send the offer, 150K lower than the asking price. And again, if you're distressed,
I actually had a funny conversation with a builder client. I was listing for 1.3 million. Our own listing. He just called me directly that
Yeah.
we don't have an agent. And I'm like, okay, like you gotta get an agent to make an offer. He's like, मैनू नहीं चाहिए agent. 12 lakh में देना लेना लाओ नहीं थे. I'm like, I can't do that.
but honestly,
man.
if you think about it,
Yeah.
if you put that conversation into play,
Yeah.
that's a good that's a good way to buy something.
Yeah.
Like if I have money laying around right now, and if I'm not an agent and I'm into, let's say, building,
Yeah.
that's wholesaling.
Yeah, he's like 1.2 million in Punjabi. He's like,
Right.
and he was very aggressive with the way he said it, and it made me laugh. And I'm like,
Right.
you're funny. He's like, "Idda hi deaਲਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ."
Did you send the offer?
Huh?
Did you send the offer?
To my client?
No. Did you write the offer for him?
No, I didn't.
So I'll tell you a funny story.
Oh, yeah.
So from now on, you can just give me the call.
Okay.
I'll take care of it. I got a call 3 days ago on a lot that already have a contract. He's like, oh, I heard that you have a lot in so and so area.
Yeah.
I'm like, I do, but we have an offer on it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I need a lot, 100K less than that. I'm like, Paji, that's not the price right now, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I'll send a cash offer, 2 week subjects.
Mm-hmm.
I said, just sent an offer for him. Agent called me. He's like, bro, I'll get back to you by end of tonight. So
Nice.
sometimes
Shoot your shot.
100%.
Yeah.
That's the theory of the game.
Shoot your shot.
So next time you just give me the call.
Is that guy is the owner of what's it? Richard Branson? What's his name? And the story is he bought an island. He lowballed somebody years ago.
Yeah.
For like
The
60K.
virgins.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
virgins.
the owner.
owner,
Yeah.
Bro, that was insane.
Yeah.
See, that's what happens. That's what happens. So whenever you need to, in terms of, I think I'm a big
Shoot your
believer,
shot.
just put it on paper.
Yeah.
You never know
Yeah.
how it's going to work out.
Was the
And
motivation?
I'll tell you another funny story.
Mm.
One of my good friends, we listed their house, right? It just went on the market. The buyers haven't even seen the house.
Yeah.
Fucking offer 700K less. My client's like, bro, I don't want to talk what I want to tell you right now. I can't really say that on camera
Yeah,
because it was very descriptive, and I don't want to put that picture anywhere.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I feel like when you're shooting your shot, you gotta do it properly.
Yeah.
You gotta see the property. You gotta look at it. But like, I think but you still have to do it.
Exactly.
Just because that's gonna help you, you know.
So we will end the podcast in the next couple minutes, but
Right.
Something just came to my mind, so I want to ask you guys: what's the funniest interaction you've had in your career so far?
With the client?
Like overall, like showing properties or whatever.
No, like in terms of work or in general? Main interaction about right?
in,
So how did I get
terms of, in
confused?
terms of work.
In terms of work, I had this one client.
Mhm.
I met him. He's like, and this is probably like when we sold a lot in Panama Ridge, around that area. He came through that listing, one on 128.
Mhm.
So he's like, I want to meet you in Punjabi. He's like, "Put aaja, main deal write karni hai is lot de utte."
Mhm.
I'm okay, solid, sounds good, right? I was driving around the neighborhood anyway, so I went to see him. This guy basically told me he had a contract in his hand, and he canceled the realtor's name. Not even a whiteout.
Yeah.
It's
just
literally a
cancelled,
pen.
crossed
Like,
it
he
out.
just crossed it out, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I'll write the offer here. I've already signed it. You can put your name on it. I want to have 600K
Mm-hmm.
cashback. So he was trying to look for a down payment from the law.
Oh.
And he was very aggressive.
Yeah.
And my uncle, I'll present the offer. And then I think he called me 11 times in one day.
Mm.
Put ki hai. That was the most, I wouldn't say it's funny, but like it's a very one of those unusual interactions I've had.
Right.
Funny interactions I can't really disclose, you know, because I work with my friends.
How about yourself, sir? Fair enough. Good story.
Can't really think of anything off the top of my head.
तेरा funny
Yeah,
जरा ਹੁੰਦਾ ही नहीं तू काम ते नहीं
yeah,
आंदा तेरा funny क्यों है, right?
I'm just serious banda, you know.
Right.
Well,
What's
yeah, I
your-
feel like you want to answer this, so why don't you just answer
I
this?
just have one interaction in mind, and I think you probably remember that too.
Mm.
We're talking to this uncle as well, investor, builder, And I'm like to him, he just bought 2 properties recently with somebody else, and he wanted to buy one more in the same month. And I'm like to him, how do you do your financing? Like, do the banks are like very strict right now? Like, how do you get approvals? Bro, he said this one line to me. He's like, when you're buying a property, you don't need the banks. I'm like, okay, what do you need then? He's like, you need balls. And he's like, everything else falls in line.
Which is true, because I think majority of the people, these are all like experienced investors.
Yeah.
Like they have, even though they don't get a mortgage, they have private lenders.
Yeah, they got everything.
But like that's how you actually make money.
And he said that in Punjabi, so it was way funnier than it turned out in English.
Yeah, it can't be that descriptive, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but that's how you buy properties, though.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
People, one of my clients, they sold the property to someone. This was done through lawyers and stuff.
Yeah.
This guy went to their house. This was a property. It was a townhouse site or whatever. Went to their house. Very low budget in terms of margins. Like, let's say if the property value is, I'm going to go with today's value, 300K per door.
Sure.
Let's say to 20 townhouses, that's 6 million, right? He probably did a 200K per door. That's 4 million. He went to their house with a deposit of $1 million.
Oh, wow.
No mortgage in place.
That's it. No
They
banks,
signed
just
it.
balls, yeah.
Then he's like, mortgage
Let's work on it now. But anyways, guys,
So the moral of the story is,
yeah,
to make money in real estate, what do you need? A deposit and some balls. That's it.
yeah, there's always a solution.
Yeah.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Like we were just talking private mortgages.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? So there's always a solution.
Guts.
But do your due diligence. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment.
Definitely
only.
not financial advice.
Yeah, no financial advice here.
Yeah.
No, but like
use your own balls. I mean, banks.
We'll end the podcast with 2 things. One thing is, again, if you are in a position you need to sell your property, get in touch with us. We can get you an offer where, like it's...
You can give you your options.
Yeah, 604-355-7001. Enough promotion for today. Second thing, you should tell them, because I only remembered one thing, but I said 2 things for some reason.
Well, the second thing is next week we have actually a very special guest coming to the podcast. She's been in the
industry.
Not this guy.
Not
she's
this guy.
she's been in the industry for a very, very long time, and we're gonna pick her brain on a lot of things that people want to know, and she's in the legal field. So I'm looking forward to that. So stay tuned, guys, and thank you for watching.